Mark here with DIY Wise. Today we're going to change oil on a 2017 Nissan Murano. I picked up the Valvoline. It takes 0W20. I got the advanced full synthetic, and I got a Fram titanium filter. So the oil pan is right here. There's the plug we're going to have to take off. First thing we're going to have to do is get rid of this pan. Alright, first thing we're going to have to do is pop some of these automotive clips off of here. Just use a screwdriver for these. Pop that out and then pry it out of there. We're going to do that to every one of them just so we can get it out of the way. Lay this panel down out of the way here. Okay, so if you can see up in here, this is the panel next to the tire. We're going to have to pop this off a little bit to get to this oil filter. We're going to do the same thing there. There's a couple automotive clips. There's one right there, one above it. We'll pop it off, get this out of the way. Now we got this pins off, we'll pull this out of the way here, and there's your oil filter right there. One little trick I do, sometimes you gotta get these panels or you gotta hold a cord or a wire or something out of the way. See that little hook there? I hook a little bungee strap onto it. Find a hole, hook a strap onto it, and pull it to something to keep it out of your way. A couple things I like to do, I make sure I have a tarp underneath here. I'm going to put my oil pan on top of this. Got some paper towels, some wipes. For this particular model, I got a 3/8 drive ratchet and a 14mm socket I'm going to use to take the oil drain plug off. Let's go ahead and get the oil pan underneath there. Okay, we're going to get our 14mm socket on here. Break this loose. I got gloves on to try to stay a little bit cleaner. It is what it is when you do this. Get it close to where it's going to come all the way out. Pull it out of the way. You're going to want to have your oil warmed up a little bit. You don't want to have it too hot. That way it drains out. And make sure your vehicle is not tilted forward. That way all the oil gets out of the drain pan. Go ahead and get the oil plug, put it in a paper towel, set it aside. Go ahead and let this oil drain all the way out. And then we'll get the oil filter out. Alright, so we got the oil all drained out here. Wipe this clean real quick, get this plug, it's cleaned up. Put it back in there. Get that started a little bit, wipe up this little bit of oil. Snug this down. Go ahead, wipe this clean so nothing drips. Got that in there. And now, before you forget, you don't want it to leak later, go ahead and torque this down. Alright, so we got the oil plug installed again. Now we're going to move this oil pan over a little bit because we got to catch it from underneath the oil filter. Alright, so we got the oil filter right here. It's mounted sideways, so whenever you go to break this loose, it's going to drain and drip all over this. So you're going to want to make sure you get your pan underneath here. I got a little trick here. It helps keep some of that mess away. You could put some plastic here and everything else, but it's just easier to wipe up sometimes if it gets there. I have an oil filter wrench right here that I'm going to use to break this loose. Go ahead and get around here, right at the bottom. Squeeze it a little bit. Get that loose enough I can turn it with my hands. Okay, that's loose enough I can turn it with my hands before the oil starts coming out. I got a gallon freezer bag. I'm going to slide this up around here. Sometimes it works really well, other times it doesn't. I do this a lot with other vehicles when they're upright and you have to MacGyver them a little bit to get them off. I'm going to slide this on here. Get that on there as far as you can. Try to catch everything. So I got my left hand over here trying to hold it up. Alright, so now I'm going to work this loose. Like I said, oil is going to come out of here, so spin this loose in the bag. I'm holding the top of the bag with my left hand. Caught pretty much most of it. We'll just have to wipe this oil. You can see dripping. Got the Valvoline 0W20 and it is full synthetic advanced. And I have my Fram titanium filter. I like to buy the better filters, always better safe than sorry. First thing we're going to do, get this filter out of here. I'm going to get some oil, run my finger along this seal. It always helps it. Seals a little bit better and it glides better whenever you go to snug this up by hand. Put a little bit on my finger here. Go ahead and put that along that seal. A little bit more. There we go. That'll help that glide whenever you go to tighten it up. I'm trying to hold this camera so you can see. It's hard to get a good view back here. Get that on the center of that stud. Get that screwed on there. Spin that all the way down. Turn that as tight as you can, hand tight. As snug as I can get it right there. Next thing we're going to do, this little bit of oil right here to drip down there, we're going to wipe that clean. Alright, now that we got that oil filter back on, nothing else is going to drip out of there. I'm just going to wipe all this oil. Make sure we get this cleaned up really well here. Make sure you don't leave any oil laying up there standing. You don't want it to drip in your driveway or whatever it might be. I got these hand wipes. They're a really good cleaner. Use that to clean this up just a little bit better. Now I'm going to get my hand on there without the glove. Try to snug it up a little bit more. Oh, just a hair. It's as tight as I can get it by hand. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want to do, go ahead and get this bungee cord off of here. Replace these automotive clips. Move our oil pan out of the way. Lift the pan back up. Get these automotive clips pushed back in there, replace them. Got one right here. Now we just got to get the one up front. Okay, so this one's got to push up through two panels into the frame here. We made sure that the drain pan plug is nice and snug. The oil filter snug. Now we're going to fill this up with oil. Take the cap off here. This holds 5 quarts approximately. We'll get a funnel in here. Let's get this oil poured in here. We got 5 quarts in here. It may take a little bit more. Go ahead and remove the funnel. Replace the oil cap. Snug it up. Now that we have 5 quarts of oil in there, I'm going to go ahead and start the engine, let it run a little bit to cycle and fill the oil filter. We got ourselves a paper towel here. We're going to check the dipstick, check the oil, wipe it dry here first. Pull it out, check it, see how we look. Looks good. Double check it again here. Check it. Right in between the lines where it's supposed to be. Everything looks good. Now I'm going to show you how to reset the oil and filter reminder. First thing you're going to want to do, start the car. As you can see, the oil and filter reminder's up. Alright, so we're on the oil and filter maintenance reminder. We're going to hit OK. We're going to toggle to the right until you get to settings. Once we get to settings, hit the OK button. You can see the screen there. Then we're going to go back to the down to maintenance. Hit OK. Oil and filter, hit OK. Says oil and filter, reset. Toggle down till you're over reset. Hit reset. You got to confirm the reset. Go down to yes. Hit OK again. Oil filter is reset. This is Mark with DIY Wise. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.